Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And what we're going to talk about for today is why countries are unnecessary. And you might be thinking to yourself, what exactly do I mean? When I'm talking about countries, we are separated by division with countries. If you do not have the right paperwork, if you at times may not be the correct person, you cannot be in this country. And sometimes this is due, of course, to the culture. And of course, in other areas such as America, it comes off as bias. When people desire to have what we call freedom, even though, of course, we probably do not have freedom and justice for all. But in history, we've created these places where we've separated each other and built upon our separation by using bigger connections to work with each other, of course, but have stayed separate and working with each other to do what is beneficial for the whole. If someone desires to go elsewhere, whether it's in the US, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in South America, whether it's in India, you have to have a passport of some sort to even leave the country to go to those said places. You can't be allowed to go to places just to be able to explore. And this can kind of slow down where you desire to go or grow self. So, what are some of course, the ways we do this exactly? One of the ways we split, of course, through all this is politics. Politics, of course, explains at times there is not enough room and there are too many immigrants. And this isn't just in America or Europe, this is in a lot of other places where there are immigrants. But you have to understand that these areas help to grow each other and bloom each other and understand how important unity is in comparison to separation. We are using fear-based tactics through politics to allow us to believe that we must be separated from each other. And this isn't beneficial in any way. It does not work. It does not help with the whole situation of growing self. A second thing would be religion. Religion, of course, in its own history, has separated people due to people's belief systems, of course, in certain standings. You see, there are certain countries that only accept a certain religion, and even if you are a different religion and you are going there, it can be a problem to others who live there, and their ideology and their rules and regulations. This is another part of what causes separation. That probably would not be beneficial for the whole, but is used in our own society as a means to create our systematic beliefs, our moral beliefs of what we feel as we would say, is right. Question is it truly right? Think about that. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. The next one, of course, is racially. This one is actually a big one. We do play keynotes on people due to race. From whether it's making America great again to too many immigrants in Europe, to how people feel in Africa with certain immigrants there. We don't like certain races due to this, and we may not even think about that. We may come off with a xenomorphic phobia. And what xenomorphic means, or xenophobia better yet, means it's just fear of foreigners taking over and controlling the basis of where you live, when everything is up to choice. If you choose for that to be the case, by believing it, it will be the case because you believe it is the case. But it doesn't have to be the case. Everything's a choice. Everything you choose and say in creation will make that for real. If you choose for it not to be, it will not. And then, of course, last is status. Status has become a problem because of the fact that the 0.1% have much more than the 99%. And this separation can be due to fear of that 99% to some degree, not being able to get what others have. But of course, you too can get what the 1%, if not the 0.1% have, if you so desire and create that. It is all, of course, up to belief, but we create such a mentality, believing that certain people should not be in certain places. And this can be a driving force due to people of wealth as well, that we do not see the bigger picture of what works for self. What is needed and what is not needed. Now, how does this cause separation? Of course, through all these things, and just the main thing, as I was saying earlier, it causes separation due to your belief system. Your belief system in separation, which is an illusion. You see, you believe so finely that you are the best country, or you are the best family, or you are the best country, the best state, the best city, the best community, the best family, the best person, that you are unwilling to look things for what they are and know that you are all one and the same. The connection you have with people can play a key role in you growing self. Because who you meet can help create more of what you choose in your life. And of course, you don't need any of these things to begin with, but you have to be willing to start somewhere to grow self and loving self and becoming the highest form of who you are. But many do not choose such a thing. Many might ask, how come? Many don't choose such a thing for the simple fact that we are so focused on everyday life and everyday situations that we're not so focused on ourselves. That doesn't mean that there aren't people who are, but it's not often happening in a sense, but it is growing to a certain degree. It doesn't happen too often, but it is growing to some degree. And that is the point for people. Grow that within yourself because of what you choose for who you are. Don't choose what the TV says. Don't choose what other people say. Choose what you feel centers you in your life. And of course, what does this exactly have to do with the soul? What this has to do with the soul is simply this, that there is no separation, and understanding the connection between everyone, no matter their race, no matter their agenda, no matter their religion, no matter their politics, no matter their status, to grow each other and understand further something bigger, a bigger picture of understanding. To grow each other will help you to get to where you say you desire to go, instead of what others say you should be going to. So, in conclusion, you have different areas that of course separate us and may tell us that we need separation, such as politics, religion, such as racially and status. And of course, these causes come from separation, which is an illusion of who you truly are. This isn't truly real. And that what this has to do with the soul is the understanding of separation. That separation is not a real thing, it's an illusion. We've made it real because of the fact of fear of being taken over from a certain race or certain foreigners or whatnot, and not seeing the bigger picture that no one is getting taken away from anywhere. But we are all one, and we live and thrive and should connect on this planet with care and love because of how important it is. You are a soul having a human experience. You all are beautiful, amazing, magnificent, divine, and creative beings as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. And remember that to know thyself is to know the creator within, who you are. So to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody, peace and namaste.